Well, that was terrifyingly amazing. The Euphoric Bros just released the full trailer for the Garten of Banban 7, and to say there's some changes in tone to the other chapters would be an understatement. Things just took a much darker turn, which I'm totally here for. I prefer it. So you know the drill, baby. I got 10 secrets that you missed during that trailer. And if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch my reaction to it on my Let's Play channel, Aeroga. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into this thing. At number 1, we've got that bitter Giggle has changed. And no, I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like his tongue now coming out of his cranium, which by the way, now I guess that means he has 2 mouths. This one over here, and this one, and I guess this one as well. Does that make it 3? I know what's on your minds. You just want to say the joke, what that mouth do, but I'm gonna get it out of the way and say it first. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is he's gone through a hellification process. At the end of the last chapter, we see that he's become notified. He's joined whatever that guy's name, Sir Dadadu's crew. But he looks like this, which is quite different to how he looks now in the trailer. He's got a snatched waist, chicken legs, and he's got massive buff arms. This should start ringing a bell. It's the exact same process that Banban goes through when he's in his hellish form. So I guess we can call him hellish, notified, evil, bitter Giggle. And it's clear this boy is going to be chasing us around the entire chapter. Look at this scene over here. Anyway, on to secret detail number 2. Singon is a god. Well, he's essentially a god in this level of the facility. The city of Singon is a city that he has made himself. He's taken advantage of this place being so deep and dark inside this facility that he's taken over. And the most obvious symbol of that in this trailer is this metal Singon. You might think it's a transformation of him or something like that, but no, it's a statue. Most likely the type of statue that's going to be at the center of the city of Singon, which represents his rule as potentially a dictator in this place. Now I know I'm jumping to conclusions by calling him a dictator, but the vibe that I'm getting is that he's not so nice. But I've got even more evidence on why he's not so nice, and that takes me on to the next secret detail. It's about the Unnamed Citizens. They're those gray-looking monster alien things that we see walking around this place in the trailers. They look like deflated skin bags, lifeless and soulless, almost like just a shell of a creature. And that's because they are man-made creatures that actually don't have souls, because they were made by Singon. This is confirmed in one of the scenes in this trailer. It's this one over here in the bar. For the first time I noticed, some of these Unnamed Citizens have black eyes and some of them have white eyes. And the last time we saw 2 creatures that looked exactly the same, looked like they were made out of Javanium but just had different colored eyes, were the Javanium infants. We speak to them at the end of the last chapter, and what do they tell us? A little bit of information about Singon. They tell us that he's their father, and the medical room that we find them in insinuates that this is probably where they were made or manufactured. And now the variation in their eye color shows us that they eventually turn into these Unnamed Citizens. This was just them in their baby form. Cute little balls. That takes me to secret detail number 4. Lack of sustenance. Now this is like the 6th time we've gone even deeper into the facility, and there's gonna be nothing natural down here like any food or anything like that. I mean, the people aren't even natural, they're manufactured. But so is the food. It's a clever little moment in that bar scene again. You might have easily missed it, but when we look at the bartender, you can see that on the bar counter, there's no beers or drinks or anything like that. It's syringes. Again, a little reference to Singon, but the only patrons down here are the Unnamed Citizens. So what's the sad form of sustenance that they get? A quick little boost of Javanium. Look, I think by now you guys will have to be on my side. He's gotta be a bad guy. Look what he's doing down here. Anyway, on to secret detail number 5. That's NABNelina. Now this is another really quick one, but I thought it was quite cool. There's a moment where we're walking through this hellish space where there's a bunch of bugs on the ground. At first glance, I thought they were cockroaches because it totally makes sense with horror games. They've always got scenes where there's cockroaches running around. But if you look closer, those are actually little spiders on the ground. And then who do we see right at that second? Nab on the wall. But no, if you look a little bit closer, you can see the bow on the head for NABNelina. And based on the purple hue, we obviously know she's still notified. And she's still on the hunt for our booty. But that's another good segue onto the next secret detail, number 6. Nab is stuck in his hellish form. There's a moment where we see this big gray blob on the ground lying down. And honestly, it's pretty hard to tell what it looks like. It kind of looks like a cow on its side or something like that. But I am almost certain that is hellish Nab. We're just seeing him from the back. Unfortunately, he's fully caged up and on display to the Unnamed Citizens. But there's another detail. He's gray. And we also don't see any purple hue, so does that mean he's dead? We know he got in a fight with Sir Dadadu at the end of the last chapter. And considering Sir Dadadu makes his way to us at the end of the chapter, he probably won that fight. But does that mean he disposed of NABNab? And what's even sadder is he's stuck in his hellish form. He hasn't reverted back to the NABNab we know and love. But anyway, on to detail number 7, upgraded drone. Did you know that during this entire trailer we see 4 versions of the remote? And I'm not talking about the obvious fact that there's a new antenna on it. We literally are seen holding an orange one, a red one, a cyan one, and a pink one. Now to you clever goobers out there that notice, yes, this does correlate to the colors of some of the mascots. Stinger Flynn, Banban, Captain Fiddles, and Opila. And obviously on top of that has got 2 prongs at the top now, 2 antennae. Now this isn't really a theory, it's more a hope. I really hope because of the different colors, it means we're gonna somehow control some of the other mascots. Cause you guys know we need all the help we can get in this level. And on top of that, we see this unique scene over here where our drone now has a camera on it, which is pretty damn cool, but also means we're gonna be sending it somewhere that we physically can't get into. Probably gonna make for a really cool new interesting mechanic. Anyway, on to secret detail number 8, Jumbo Josh is gonna save the day. I know we see Jumbo Josh right at the end of the trailer, but let me give you a little reminder about him. He literally didn't show up at all in the last chapter, and in the chapter before that, he was completely imprisoned the whole time, which he eventually escaped from, but this put him in a really unique position. He never got notified. If you see him right at the end of the trailer, he's got his beautiful green colors and those massive silverback gorilla fists. And based on his history, this guy is tough. He wants all the smoke. So maybe, just maybe, he's the only one that can help us deal with Sir Dadadu. He's kind of been able to deal with everyone else so far, but there's someone else as well. And that's a good segue onto secret detail number 9. Slow Seline might save the day too. I know we see Jumbo Josh in this trailer, but Slow Seline actually has the exact same history as Jumbo Josh. She wasn't seen at all during the last chapter, and in the chapter before that she was imprisoned and we didn't even see her. She was in her shell the entire time. But as you guys know, she has escaped. So considering Jumbo Josh has made an appearance, I believe Slow Seline will also be making an appearance. Again, that was less of a theory and more of a hope because she was such a cool character and I can't wait to see her again. And we need all the help we can get to kill these mofos. Anyway, on to secret detail number 10, the secret message. Throughout the trailer, we hear this AI voice saying stuff in the background, and it's broken up through the terrifying scenes of the trailer, but the message goes as follows when all put together. A facility-wide code breach has been issued. The following media is to be watched by all employees. Welcome to the Employee Survival Guide. Keeping your limbs intact is our top priority. Knowledge is your weapon. Step 1, don't be a hero. Step 2, hide. If hiding is not an option, cause as much noise as possible. Step 3, contact the emergency services. So clearly the creators of the facility have been this deep down in here, considering they actually have a protocol for if things go wrong down here. On top of that, it's quite interesting because it says watch this, so that makes me think when we come across this in the actual chapter, we're going to be watching something. But what I'm unsure of is who it's talking about. I don't think this is a protocol to protect the people that work here from the Unnamed Citizens. They can't do anything. Those guys are deflated as hell. So who do you think it's a protocol for? But I got another secret detail. Secret detail number 11. Your boy started a Twitch. But don't worry, secrets and theories and Easter eggs aren't going anywhere. They're still going to be here on Aeroga. And for all my real homies, don't worry, Let's Plays are still going to be on Aeroga, my Let's Play channel. But I'm just going to give you guys the opportunity to see some of those Let's Plays live now. So give me a follow on Aeroga Official on Twitch. And I'm genuinely just looking forward to the chats we're going to have there. Peace.